As a child, one of my great pleasures in life was staying home sick from school. I remember it vividly, sitting in front of my old Sony Trinitron TV with a can of Coke playing Street Fighter 2, watching The Price is Right. But perhaps the biggest treat of all was the low-budget local commercials. Like over here, we had 1-800-VICTIMS, who features rappers rapping about injury lawsuits.
I was hit by a car, that wasn't nice. The 1-800-VICTIMS.
Or the US Window Factory keeping out those pesky bees.
You should have called US Window Factory.
Go back, it's a trap. They bought windows from the US Window Factory with screens.
I used to love these kinds of commercials, probably more than the shows themselves. I mean, you can only watch so much Price is Right before it gets a little samey. So it really took me back in 2011 when a commercial just like this became one of the year's biggest memes.
There's a leopard feeding on an impala out on my deck.
Nope. It's just Chuck Testa with another realistic mount.
But there's a lot more to this viral ad than meets the eye. So for this episode of Tales from the Internet, let's talk about Chuck Testa. This episode is sponsored by Raycon. I've been using my Raycon earbuds almost every day since I got them, and they sound so much better than any earbuds I've had before. They're also really comfortable and stay connected to your phone consistently, which I've found in the past can be kind of touch and go with different earbuds. And you want to know something? Your favorite celebrities like Cardi B and Brandy are completely obsessed with these earbuds. I mean, they're so obsessed with them, it's actually a little bit worrisome. Raycon earbuds start at about half the price of any other premium wireless earbuds on the market. And they sound as good as any other brands you know, in my experience better than any of the ones that I've tried. And their latest model, the E25, is their best one yet. With 6 hours of playtime, seamless Bluetooth pairing, more bass, and a more compact design that gives them a nice noise-isolating fit. It also comes in fun new colors. Just click the link in the description to get 15% off your order.
A free 15-minute call can get you compensation for your injuries. Call 1-800-VICTIM-2.
If there's one thing that Woodsy Boomers and Forever 21 Coffee Witches can agree on, it's that taxidermy is awesome. And to me, and probably a lot of you, there's one man that's synonymous with taxidermy, and that man is Chuck Testa. And Chuck's interest in taxidermy began in his childhood. A native of California, he would often see stuffed animal props as a part of movie sets. But he wouldn't become a professional taxidermist until later on in life. Working at his father's store, he found an advertisement for a bird taxidermy kit in a magazine. He ordered it, and that was the beginning of him pursuing taxidermy as a hobby for the next few years. Finally, in 1987, he took the dive and opened up his own shop, Ojai Valley Taxidermy. And although Ojai Valley locals knew who he was throughout the decades, it wasn't until 2011 that he would become a worldwide sensation. It was that August that a commercial for his shop was uploaded to YouTube.
You probably thought this deer was alive, and this coyote was alive, and this pheasant was alive. Nope, they're not. They're dead. They've been taxidermized by Chuck Testa. Ojai Valley Taxidermy. I specialize in the most lifelike dead animals anywhere. Period.
The commercial involves scenes of people being fooled by obviously taxidermied animals, until all of a sudden Chuck would appear out of nowhere and correct them.
Nope, it's just Chuck Testa. Nope, Chuck Testa. Nope.
It's got that perfect bad local commercial charm of awkward cinematography, strangely delivered lines, and text pop-ups. But despite its obvious charm, the commercial would sit on Chuck's channel relatively unnoticed. Until a month later, it was posted on Reddit r/videos by a user named Luna McLovin. The post would accumulate nearly 4,000 upvotes, which is not terribly much by today's standards, but back then, it was definitely enough to give the video a major boost. And this was a boost that would gain more and more momentum as people were sharing it with their friends and the video was posted to mainstream news sites. The repetition of the line, "Nope, Chuck Testa," stuck easily and instantly became a meme, getting a bunch of variations of people seeing an object, only for it to turn out to be Chuck Testa. "Mufasa is alive? Nope, Chuck Testa. Jesus has risen?
Nope, Chuck Testa.
Scumbag Steve's at my door? Nope, it's Chuck Testa. Alright, seriously, that might actually be the worst meme I've ever seen in my life. Dumbledore? Nope, Chuck Testa. For a while, this was one of those phrases that you just couldn't avoid. I remember being on tour around this time, and it basically amounted to a month of traveling around the country with people trying to find excuses to go, nope, Chuck Testa. Hey guys, here's your pay for the night.
Nope. Chuck Testa.
And because of this commercial, a lot of people wound up sharing weird local commercials from their areas.
So bring it in and get your cash today.
I'm Little John. Don't mail it in.
Bring it in and get your cash today.
However, there were some issues that people had with the Chuck Testa commercial. One of the big ones was that Chuck had what appeared to some people to be a Nazi hat in the commercial. Anyone else notice the SS Totenkopf skull on his hat? He looks like the kind of guy who purchases most of his clothing at an Army-Navy surplus store. Why the Nazi hat? I don't think too many people know what it is. I saw that too. What a strange man. Yeah, it's an SS hat, to be more specific, with the Totenkopf or Death's Head logo. Funny commercial, but I was instantly distracted by the horrible hat. Chuck Testa, a Nazi? And I really started to like this guy, frowny winky face. Several people commented on his video about the hat, and eventually he responded. Hi everyone, thanks for the buzz regarding the commercial. Just wanted to address the pin on my hat. I'm part of the California historical group who does WW2 reenactments. I'm part of the US 2nd Infantry Division, and I retrieved the pin in a battle against the 12th SS. I apologize if this offended anyone. Hope you can enjoy the video for what it is. Nope. Chuck. So he wasn't a Nazi, he was a guy pretending to kill Nazis who kept the Nazi stuff as a treasure, kind of like an ear in Diablo. And another issue that people had with the commercial was its authenticity. Although many people didn't notice, especially since most people saw it removed from its original context, if you looked at the description in the YouTube video, you would see that it was actually created by the YouTubers Rhett and Link. Rhett and Link had gotten big on YouTube very early in the game, starting in 2006, and by 2009 they were producing a series called I Love Local Commercials. In I Love Local Commercials, they created deliberately bad low-budget commercials for real small businesses. You've probably seen some of these commercials, my favorite one being Red House, where black people and white people buy furniture.
At the Red House.
I'm black and I love the Red House.
I'm white and I love the Red House.
I'm a black woman and I love the Red House.
I am white and the Red House is for me.
I'm sure some of you were disappointed to find out that that one isn't, let me not say fake, because it's a real commercial for a real business, but deliberately bad, as opposed to accidentally bad. The YouTube series was so successful that they wound up getting a show on IFC. The show was called Commercial Kings and took their concept a step further, documenting the production of these commercials. Chuck was chosen to have one of the first commercials in the series, and you know what? It almost didn't happen because he thought it was a scam. He explains in an interview with the VC Star, the show's producers approached Testa in May and asked him to record a short video about who he is and about his business. If chosen, Neil and McLaughlin would direct the commercial for the business for free. Testa, who rarely watches cable TV, said he thought the offer was a hoax. I didn't understand what they wanted at first, Testa said. I told them, look, I'm broke and I can't afford a commercial. Call somebody else. I thought it was a scam. Ultimately, they did manage to convince Chuck Testa of their legitimacy, and the production of Chuck's commercial would be documented in the 4th episode of the show, which aired in July of 2011 and was entitled Taxidermy Comedy. And because of the nature of these commercials, there's sometimes confusion over whether or not the businesses are real, a question that was addressed in an interview with BuzzFeed. BuzzFeed. The episode of Commercial Kings with Chuck Testa's Ojai Valley Taxidermy ad first aired back in July, right? Rhett. Yeah, I believe it was one of the first episodes of the season, which began in July. As for the delay between airing and the meme, what we do is we make a local commercial for free, which we then include as a part of the show, and we give it to the client. We upload some of the commercials to our YouTube channel, but not all the time. I mean, people see this funny video online and then they see that it was made by a couple of comedians, and they sometimes assume that's just a sketch. But these are real commercials for real businesses. But for some people, it didn't matter that it was a real commercial for a real business. Just knowing that it was deliberately tailored to be the way that it was completely ruined the experience for some people. I've seen a number of their shows, and basically they just crib Jared Hess's humor and are supremely disrespectful to the people they feature and towns they visit. They're classic dipshit hipster cultural tourists who disrespect and ruin everything they touch. I can't really find this genuinely funny because here's a viral baiting low-budget mock award commercial for a local business owner made by sophisticated advertisers to resemble a genuine low-budget awkward commercial made by unsophisticated non-advertisers. I know what you mean, but I still enjoy them. I guess it's mostly doublethink on my part, recognizing that they're not genuine while still appreciating them as if they were. Yeah, doublethink was exactly what I was thinking of when I watched it. I think it's fine for what it is, but it's not the same as something genuinely, organically funny. And my thoughts on this are kind of mixed, because it's a lot like how I really like old bad horror movies that weren't bad on purpose, but then you have this whole wave of newer bad on purpose horror movies that are trying to recapture the same aesthetic, but they're a little too self-aware. But I think in this specific case, these bad commercials do a much better job of capturing the original aesthetic, and obviously, they wind up fooling a lot of people. And as far as this goes as a marketing concept, I find it a lot less egregious than how we're bombarded by corporations on Twitter trying to seem relatable and just like us, and oh look at these guys, epic memers over here. Oh look, Arby's wrote Doom with a cardboard box, they're just like me. I'd much rather prefer to see a small business benefit from an actual entertaining piece of content. And Chuck himself was thrilled by the reaction. A few days later he posted a thank you video to his YouTube channel.
Hello Internet. No, Chuck Testa here. Just want to say I do exist. This is what I do, and it's really my phone number. And I just want to thank all you guys for the support, interest, and all the comments, and all the positive stuff that's been going on. So once again, thank you, and thank you, Rhett and Link.
Although in a subsequent interview with BuzzFeed, he did admit that at first the commercial didn't do all that much to increase his business. Your commercial has made you into something of a star on the web. How has becoming an internet meme impacted your business? It happened so fast. I haven't really gotten new clients since the commercial. I mean, I've been doing this for years and the internet has changed things for taxidermy already. When I started, it used to be really competitive. If you ran into another guy who was in the business, you'd compete over everything. Now, everybody's sharing their techniques and teaching each other. So I've seen how that's changed things. I've had a lot of clients and done a lot of really good projects for public displays and universities. A year later, after the effect the commercial had on his business was more fully realized, he would come to Reddit and do an AMA. Hi, thanks for doing this. I was just wondering how much your advertisement that went viral impacted your business and your personal life. It really impacted me for about 6 months and has increased business about 30%. I have done a lot of great things as a result of the video. For example, going all over the country. Boston was my favorite. Next it looks like New York, San Francisco. A lot of Europe has enjoyed the video, and I even have a fan club in Romania. How did you come up with the whole Nope thing? Do you still have a business? If so, has the video helped? Rhett and Link created the Nope thing, and my business is still going strong. I get about 10 fan calls a day, and a lot more on the weekends. I actually had a stalker who really hated me and sent death threats, and the FBI was involved. That was interesting. Ojai Valley Taxidermy is still open to this day, and throughout the years, Chuck has been posting to YouTube. He's made a number of tutorial videos and behind-the-scenes videos documenting his taxidermy process. He's also made a few more appearances with Rhett and Link.
You probably thought this zebra was alive.
No, Chuck Testa.
As well as multiple rap videos, including his own song, Nope, featuring Sabotage.
You probably thought I was here to do taxidermy. No, I'm here to rap.
If you ask me how I made it.
He appeared in another rap video in 2019, Young Gravy's Whip a Tesla, which references him in the lyrics. Because I'm pretty sure that the only thing that rhymes with Tesla is Testa, so where else are you gonna go with that? So although he had no idea what he was getting into at all, Chuck Testa, I feel, wound up making more of his viral fame than most people wind up doing. But anyway, that's it for the Chuck Testa story. And if you like this video, you'll probably also like Wavy Webster's video about Jones barbecue and foot massage. I'm out of here.